Very interesting one there. Which way Nigeria? $11.50. Dirty December truly is going to be a dirty one. We do have our in-house analyst who joins us here. Good morning and thank you so much for coming. We do have Dr. Femi Mosaku-Johnson. He's the National Administrator, Association of Corporate Governance Professionals of Nigeria. And you came at the nick of time, where we are looking forward to governance that is being faced with international challenges. Welcome, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you.
Very pleased to be with you this morning.
It's very good to have you. Let's now, in the words of Gbenga Borowa, leave into the paper.
I'm coming home.
Let's start with the Punch. On the front page of the Punch, we have the CPC blacklist. 12 Nigerian governors, others may face U.S. sanctions. Government officials, judges risk asset freeze in new U.S. law. Tinubu, U.S. VP may meet amid tensions. The latest update is that he's on his way to the U.S. to meet with the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. Coup controversy. Silva's brother, driver, still in custody, even though he has outrightly denied being involved in the coup. Student loan applications hit 1 million, according to Nelfon. Bravo. Doctors dispute federal government's 11.9 billion naira payouts. Strike continues. NDLEA arrests musician, uncovers Lagos illicit drug laboratory. Diri joins APC today, cites Bielsa interest. And at the top of the paper, PDP crisis. Makinde bloc regroups as autumn. Fayoshe back wiki. Let's start with
what happened to the G5?
The G5. The G5 is they have gone on the G.
It's not G 2 plus 2 plus 1. Yeah.
It's now G unit.
Wow, that was a good one, Joe. Yeah. Let's start with 12 Nigerian governors and others may face U.S. sanctions. The CPC.
Well, country of particular concern. Yes. As a matter of fact, we should be a country of particular concern, not only to the United States, but to every well-meaning nation of the world. Nigeria, I must say, to me, from our research, is the greatest country in the face of the earth. Nigeria has 44 solid minerals. No country in the world has half. This is the greatest country in the world. We have talked about leadership, we have talked about governance, and that has been our problem. Now, the US came in and so on, but of course we can say that, okay, who is Trump to tell us how we are going to govern our country and so on? We can say that, of course, Nigeria has its own sovereignty. No country in the world can actually usurp the role of Nigeria in the Committee of Nations and so on. And no country in the world, I must say it, can actually come to Nigeria to take over Nigeria and say because of insecurity and so on. Nevertheless, we need to look at ourselves. If you are going on the street and you are causing some sort of discomfort, I mean, any passerby, we have to talk to you. And that is our case now. The United States is a passerby, and they are talking to us because we are denying so many things. We are denying that there is no genocide, and so up to yesterday there was genocide. We are denying it, no problem about denying.
No, the word is the problem is with the word, the qualification, genocide, because the United Nations standards and the International Association of Genocide Scholars, they say what is happening in Nigeria does not meet that criteria. We have violent extremism, not genocide.
Yes, of course you can call it whatever name, whatever I mean, you can give it whatever appellations and so on. That's not the problem. The problem is that we must find a way, our government, as a matter of compulsion and as a matter of necessity, must find a way to put a stop to killings anywhere in Nigeria. A soul is very, very critical. You don't even need to get to a situation of genocide. When you kill 2, you kill 3, and so on.
All life is sacred.
Yes. Yeah. Every life is sacred. So we have to look into it. Of course, United States does not have any power or any audacity to come to Nigeria to take over the military roles and so on. They don't have that. They know, of course, they know.
Yeah, but the president is saying he will do that.
The president, Trump.
Donald Trump is warning us.
Yes, of course, we know that Trump has been erratic. We know who Trump is. Trump can say whatever he wants to say. Of course, it is acceptable in international law environment that when there is a crisis in any country, of course, international community can stand up and ensure that there is peace everywhere and so on. There's no problem about that. But for him to know us more than ourselves, there is a proverb in Yoruba land that says the mother of Mr. Osho, nobody knows the mother of Mr. Osho, like Mr. Osho. You cannot know our country more than us. There's no way you can know our country more than us. All you need to do is to accost our president and say, excuse me, Mr. President, what is happening in your country? We learned that this is happening and so on. There's a particular video that actually put all this into open. There's a part that was actually, heard by a particular reverend in the north. Making everybody to see what is going on and so on. And that's what they saw and so on. So all Mr. Trump needs to do is to accost our president and so on. You can have some personal issues with him. That's not our problem. If Mr. Trump insults the president of Nigeria, he insults everyone.
He has already insulted all of us. He said the now disgraced Nigeria.
So you can say whatever you like and so on. You can because you may have some underlying issue with our president. Of course, that does not mean that you rate everybody and so on. Of course, Mr. Trump has been doing a lot of disgraceful things in America, and everybody knows it. And so more than what we are doing here. So in many cases, what we are actually saying in our own case is the fact that, okay, Trump, you don't have the audacity to do what you are doing, to say what you are saying. You don't have it. You don't have that right. Then two, in our own case, in order to balance it, we need to look at ourselves. We need to ensure that people are not being killed like animals. We have to ensure that this is happening in our country to see that everywhere is secure. We have been talking about security, but we've not been able to secure ourselves. Kidnapping is still going on everywhere in Nigeria. People are still being maimed, killed everywhere. So we need to look at this, and government has to stand up to this. And for yesterday or thereabout, the army, the military, they were able to arrest some bandits and all these things. Still shows that things are still going on in that particular order. And of course, we can see that government is standing up to it. Now, thank God to the negative incursion of Mr. Trump to Nigeria's issue. And that makes our government to stand up. You can see that all that Trump did, we call it negative, but everything is not negative in it. There are some positive part of it because government is standing up now. People are now talking. People are now saying that things cannot continue to go this way. It is unacceptable for us to continue this way.
All right. Let's look at another newspaper very quickly. Let's quickly run through Nigerian Tribune. I'd like us to look at that. At the top there says, a man projects 3.1% real growth, 10.2% contribution to GDP in 2026. Troops kill terrorists, arrest 20, rescue 17 kidnap victims. And let's see other stories there. This one says, country of particular concern, what it means for Nigeria.
Very
of course,
important
that would be the biggest. That would be the biggest story on the front page of the newspapers. But let's see what it means for Nigeria.
And the rider.
It breaks it down.
Yes.
It says economic sanctions, international isolation, ban on IMF, World Bank loans, and others. Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab designated entities of particular concern in 2023. Tinubu to meet Trump over Christian genocide claim. Presidency says U.S. should assist with technology to combat insecurity. Kwankwaso speaks up. Tinubu should convene meeting of past Nigerian leaders. Lamido also says. I don't want us to waste any further time on that story. But whether we like it or not, we still have to talk about country of particular concern, whether we like it or not. But let's look at the fact that it's quite, let's say, surprising to some that we expected more of our politicians to have spoken up. But it seems everybody is quiet. Even those who migrated or who had, move jackpot to the party. I mean, from Kwagwaso and a few others. Other politicians are so quiet.
All right, before you respond, we have a call coming in from Esther. Good morning. Thank you for calling, Esther. Please go ahead. Fumi Rava, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have followed the show from your 7 a.m. segment where you spoke with the SSA, and I was rather not impressed by the conversation, especially with the fact that the SSA was not able to give data on what the government is actually doing regarding insecurity. It just went all around without dropping any information, like relevant information, so to speak. So, I mean, it's a country where we cannot categorically say, we have been talking about the list of those that are sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria for the longest time that I have heard. And still yet, we don't know these people. We have not, oh yeah, we can point at politicians and say, oh, this person stole money. Why can't we list the number of people who are behind insecurity in Nigeria? If somebody is being persecuted, why can't we know who's being persecuted? It should be public information. These people are putting our lives in danger, and you're telling us that if we want to get the information, we should go to the court to go and ask them for the information, and you're supposed to be the SSA to the president. Are we serious in this country? People's lives are at stake, and I think that this particular situation with the CPC is a call to action for Nigeria. I'm waiting to see if the president in 2027 will actually go ahead with another Muslim ticket. I am waiting to see that, especially following what is going on right now. Yes, if you say that Christians are not being killed compared to Muslims, what are your statistics? You're saying you have statistics. You're going to travel to the U.S. to have a meeting with them and whatever. This was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they did not go for that meeting. Now, the president of the United States is now coming up to say, well, he's putting Nigeria on CPC list. Then you now want to go and hold the meeting. The meeting that you could have held before. Are we serious in this nation? We are playing with the lives of our citizens. That's all I want to say. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much for me.
And the most important part is all life is sacred. Muslim, animist, atheist life, all life is sacred. And the government should step up and prevent the killing of Nigerians, regardless of wherever you are, as long as you are within this geographical unit called the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I'd asked a question before the call. Isn't it surprising that we're expecting to hear more politicians? Those who had cross-carpeted, everybody speaking tough, opening.
We only heard from Femi Mosaku-Johnson.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's... And typical politicians, they always have something to say whenever there's an issue, especially something as big as this.
You see, I think I've maintained it here, and I've laid it down here that you need to distinguish politics from pragmatism. These guys that you are expecting to speak, they are very careful. They may say something, and that may stand against them at the next poll. That's why they are being very careful.
But I thought they should be Nigerian enough. Anyway, sorry to... But let's just take this call. We have another call. Hello?
Michael from Lagos.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Michael.
All right, Michael, thanks for calling. Please go ahead with your comment.
Okay, so on this controversy about Nigerians being disconnected at the CPC, I think if our leaders fail to do what they are supposed to do, and the country like United States of America is pointing them at the right direction, people should not bring all kinds of conspiracy theory. America has always been sensitive to Islamic extremism all over the world. They themselves have been at the receiving end. They should still remember the September 11th. Are people being killed in Nigeria? Yes, people are being killed. Who are the ones carrying out the killings? Are they Christians? No. There are people who have been brainwashed with extremism, Islamic extremism. Across the North Central, people are being killed in mass. At the point, it was even happening in Ondo State. The former governor, the late governor of blessed memory, had to stand up to form a Moteco to stop that nonsense. And Tinubu was saying that they killed the daughter of an elder statesman. Tinubu was saying that they said the Fulani people, we are the cattle, because of political reasons. The people in power right now, we have it on record that they went to the U.S. in 2014, they ran up to the nation to report Jonathan. So why are they now complaining that the U.S. is interfering in the insecurity in Nigeria. We also know that most of the people in power were beneficiaries of the Chibok gang. They were controversially involved in the Chibok gang kidnapping. We know all those things. And they are in the second in command now. They are top in the government. So they should do what they are supposed to do and stop all this conspiracy theory. They are disgracing us. If Trump called us a disgraced nation, it's because our leaders have disgraced us and dragged us all over the place.
All right.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Michael. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
We have another newspaper.
He was highlighting
Yes, I was
why
saying,
they're very careful.
Yes,
Different between pragmatic and political.
Politicians are cautious around this time. I mean, knowing fully well that whatever they say will be taken against them in the next poll. So they have been very, very careful. But if anybody will talk and whatever that he will say and so on, truth is very, very constant. Incidentally, people are not coming out with the truth. People are coming, most of you that have talked, they talk from their own biases, from their religious biases, point of view and so on. But Nigeria first. If you want to talk about this issue, Nigeria first. And the most important thing is that, look, Mr. Trump, you don't have the right to say all that you are saying against the country and so on. Then the second thing is that the president of Nigeria should stand up and see to it that everywhere, every part of Nigeria, from Nkalagu to Okigwe, from Okigwe to Kotangora, from Kotangora to Malumfashi, from Malumfashi to Yobe, to ensure that there is safety of every citizen of Nigeria. This is the time.
Dr. Johnson, do you think the president should have addressed the nation in the time we've had in the last 24 hours?
Before you respond to that, let's take a call from Uche. Good morning, Uche. Please go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm coming from Abia State.
All right.
I am now 60 years old. Since I was born, I've been hearing about extremists, Islamic extremists, since I was born. And all these killings, most of the killings, like if there is any blasphemy in another country, they will be killing in Nigeria. The government will not do anything. For instance, the brother was burnt alive. Two people are journalists. What was the charges against those people that killed that lady? Our state is not doing enough. Our problem is our leaders. They are not doing enough. What Trump is now saying is a wake-up call. Let them do the right thing. Do the right thing. People, you see burying about 60 or 70 or 100 and something people in a community. You won't see anyone caught or put to the court for the killing. At the same time, we have names. Lai Mohammed and the former Attorney General told us, is it about 400 or 300 and something names that are sponsors of terrorists. What happened? As a journalist, where are the names? I'm asking you people. So the state is not doing enough. Blame our state. There was a killing. I have forgotten his state. A herdsman attacked somebody in his farm, and the person overcome the herdsman and killed him. What the Supreme Court did, they sentenced the guy. In a self-defense, what are you telling us? You are telling the outside world that your country is going in a different direction. God bless you people.
Thank you very much, Uche. The sentiment that Uche has expressed is what we see. We've seen a number of people express that on social media as well. People who say that the anger is maybe misplaced if targeted at Donald Trump, but we should look within. We haven't put our house in order. So, of course, we should expect that, there should be that sort of external reaction when you haven't put your house in order.
Of course. I've said it, and it cannot be emphasized too emphatically, that when you are misbehaving on the road, passers-by has the right to put you to order. And that's what we are doing. Uche has said it. He did say that, that it's a wake-up call for our leaders to stop all these killings all over the place. And if anybody says there is no killing, that person is deceiving himself. Up to yesterday, up to last week, there are killings. So what do we do about it? And that is the point that we are making, that the leadership of this country must stand up to this. It's not about, okay, you are asking that, okay, the president is supposed to have addressed the nation and so on. I think we had some
statements.
Yes, the presidential spokesperson, this person says his own, another person says his own, but what they are saying is incongenious to, this one says different thing, another person says different thing. So we don't even know what is coming out.
So that's why Nigerians should have expected, because this is unprecedented in the history of.
So that goes back to what my colleague asked. Yes. Do you think that the presidency should have addressed Nigerians to maybe?
The president cannot address the nation as it were. I don't even know where the president is. It doesn't matter.
He's on his way to the U.S.
To the U.S. Yeah. What matters now is that somebody should, on behalf of the president, if the president cannot address the nation, because this is a very, very critical issue. This is a very, very pivotal
the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released a statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of the president's aides.
This issue is not even about the Ministry of External Affairs or whatever. It's the issue about the presidency. It's the issue about Nigeria. It's the issue about, okay, this is what we want to do. With respect to what Mr. Trump said, this is what we are going to do, and this is what we have done so far. And this is the way for us to go. So if you are going to meet the President of the United States, what statistics do you have in your hand? How many people are you going to say? Are you going to tell him that nobody was killed? Are you going to tell him that nothing has ever happened? Are you going to tell him that there has never been any killings in Benue, in Plateau, in Taraba, in other places? Is that what you are going to tell the President of the United States, even when you are going to meet him? So I'm bothered about what our president is going to tell Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is not the headmaster of Nigeria.
Exactly. That also brings me to this question: our sovereignty and integrity as a country. The President of America just summoned. It's very similar to what happens when we're in secondary school, and they say the principal is calling you. I mean, who made the United States the principal or headmaster of the
Nigeria?
World?
So it's a very critical issue.
But like you said, it all boils down to the way
I don't personally believe that the president of Nigeria should go and see the president of America, Mr. Trump. I thought if Mr. Trump has some concern concerning Nigeria, he should have come to Nigeria. Nigeria is not a faceless country. Nigeria is the greatest black nation in the whole earth. Nigeria is the greatest country in the whole world in terms of resources.
The last time the president of America visited Nigeria was in 2023.
Wow.
And that was during Obasanjo's time. George W. Bush. So, since then.
2013.
2013, I beg your pardon. 2013. And from 2013, if you count 2013, yes, up until now, there's been no visitation.
Maybe Secretary of State, not even Vice President.
Did I say 2003? 2003.
Yes.
2003. 2003, particularly July 11 and 12, 2003. That's when you'd had U.S. President visit Nigeria. But since then, people are also worried that if you don't have, I've seen a cross-section of Nigerians online saying, you've not visited Nigeria, you've not talked about Nigeria in a long time, you just spoke about Nigeria for the first time, and then you quickly called for an invasion. That it's looking like it's more political. What do you think?
Yes, it is, because the issue about the whole issue is that there is a particular interest that is not known to everybody. Why is it that suddenly the United States starts to talk about Nigeria, even at the Senate, everywhere? There's a particular interest. There's no doubt about that. Nevertheless, we need to put our house in order. We need to ensure that there is stability in our country. You can see everywhere the spate of crimes all over the place. Kidnapping, killings everywhere, and so we need to stand up. And of course, I think last week we saw new service chiefs being,
yeah, we have the video.
And over the weekend, Nigerian Army on their Instagram profile, they put up pictures of rescuing victims of kidnapping and neutralizing terrorists.
So why are we doing this if there is no problem? If there is no problem, there is no way for us to change service ship. There is no way for us to talk about getting some kidnappers, getting some insurgents all over the place and so on. So we need to sit down and do things right. To visit the President Trump is not even the solution. The solution is us. is to call ourselves together.
To visit President Trump is to prevent us from being bombed and invaded.
Yeah.
No,
so it's very important.
It is totally unacceptable for anybody to bomb us. It is totally unacceptable.
But you can't call the bluff of the U.S. president.
We can't because we're a sovereign nation.
And we're doing business. Apart from the military aspect, we do a lot of business with
Yes, we know
United States.
We have a lot of businesses with United States. In fact, Trump was alluding to the fact that some aid that is coming to Nigeria is going to be stopped, isn't it? Loans and some of those things. And so, do we need aid?
We do.
If we put ourselves together.
I mean, they've already stopped
the president
USAID.
just requested for a new loan. You know, so these are the intricacies that come with.
We do not need any loan. We do not need any support from anybody. We are a country that can stand on its own.
No country is an island. No man is an island.
Yes, of course, diplomatically, no country is an island. But in terms of resources, look, there are two different things: resources and resource. Nigeria has resources, but resource is the problem. These countries that are acting as principal, acting as headmaster over us, all right, they don't have 4% of our resources. So why should
but
they
the
be
quality
our
of
headmaster?
life and the sort of problems they deal with are different.
The quality of life they talked about, I checked yesterday, the first 30 countries with solid quality of life, Nigeria was nowhere to be found.
Exactly. So these are the issues.
Nowhere to be found.
And these are the things we hope.
The first 30, in terms of quality of life, yesterday, quality of living, Nigeria was nowhere to be found. You see Switzerland, you see Iran, you see,
these are the issues, and hopefully all this episode something positive will come out of it. It will spur the government to act decisively.
Hopefully.
And
at this point,
it must. It's not hope. Hope is not a strategy.
It's a call to action.
We have come to that point. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, sir. We appreciate your time this morning.
Dr. Femi Mosaku-Johnson.
To all our